I've got two people who actually hail from Trichy. JVC Sriram, can you hear me? What do you make of the case that has come to light from Trichy? And you must have heard from the locals that we also spoke to.
See, it's my village, it's my ancestral properties are there. I can tell you my own house.
Yeah.
The first registration I can see is from the year 1917.
Okay.
1917, 17th May 1917, Justice Seshagiri Iyer was the person who had bought this land and built his house, and it is known to everybody. And it is from this village, the former Home Secretary and the Chief Secretary of Tamil Nadu, Mr. T.V. Venkatraman. T stands for Tiruchandurai. He hails from that village. My J stands for Jiyapuram, where I hail from. So the point here is there is a temple which has been existing and does exist for the last 1,000 or 1,500 years. And that is a temple called as Padal Petra Kshetram, which means, where around 270 odd temples where saints went and sang. And that is the temple. And this is a place where the majority community is Muttrayar community, Mutturaja community, who are also called Ambalathakarar, which means they are the protectors of the temple. They protected Srirangam temple, they protected Chandrasekhar Swami temple, which you are talking about. Now, how can they claim it as a Waqf property? Because let me talk about from myself, my own self. My property is registered by the first registration happened in 1917. When did the Waqf Board come into existence? When did the Waqf Board? To my knowledge, it came to existence only in 1954. What is the proof they have? Do they have any evidence? Do they have any notification or document which shows these things? And there is a temple nearby. And the fact that there was a railway line which was constructed, and there is a adjacent to my village. Because between my house, there are one side is a railway line, another side is the Kaveri River. It is a fertile land, and behind the temple and the railway line, there is agricultural land. And these are places where there are hardly around 15 to 20 Muslim families who reside in this particular village.
Okay.
And still, you call it as a Waqf property? I can't understand.
No, this is indeed shocking. I mean, I don't understand how something like this even works like this. And of course, not many people know that the Waqf Act 1995 gives such sweeping powers to a Waqf board. Sumant, I see your finger. I'm going to come back to you. Just give me 1 second. B.R. Srinivasan is also joining us. Mr. Srinivasan, am I correct in saying that you also hail from Trichy? What is your view?
Yes, Shivani, thank you for asking me to join. First thing is this just the tip of the iceberg? Are we just seeing the tip now, and is the iceberg still under the sea? So that's what we need to check. Is this a blessing in disguise? As much as this is unfortunate, as much as this is unacceptable, but are we just going to dig more and more and find out such blatant violations of laws and regulations that have gone for a toss? So that's the first question, because at the moment we started getting these on tweets, on social media, a lot of people have started coming and telling, even in E-Road, this is a problem, even in another village they are having this problem. So when did this actually come in? So 1995 Waqf Act, and as JVC Sriram said rightly, there are hardly few Muslim families. Till 15 years back, there was not even a mosque in this village. These are predominantly Hindu villages. There was not even a mosque till 15 years back. So a mosque comes in 15 years back, and then these things are happening recently. Are we then to blame the state government? This is like adding insult to injury. We already have issues with temple lands being managed by the state government, and they are being mismanaged and they are being swindled. And now they have started having issues with residential houses, residential plots, the fertile agricultural lands, and to everybody's knowledge, this part of the region, this region in Tamil Nadu is the most fertile agricultural region ever, because this is where the Kaveri River is at its widest stretch. It is called the Aganta Kaveri, the widest stretch.
Mr. Srinivasan, can you think of any reason at all that the Waqf Board will claim that these entire 6 villages or maybe beyond belong to them? Is there any reason that comes to your mind?
They are claiming 234 acres currently. And today there has been a peace meeting that has been conducted by the district collector, where people from different communities have had a meeting, and the outcome is completely not known officially yet. But why should there be a peace meeting at all? So till 2 years back, people known to me have registered, have done land transaction, house transactions, where they have bought and sold without any issues. So till 2 years back, people known to me have sold and bought. Now there was no requirement of NOC. Then why did this suddenly come?
Why has it happened suddenly? I will try to go back to my colleague Purnima to figure out if she has figured this out from the local villagers. But before I move on, Suman Sri